Okay, in this movie, we're going to create a code snippet that automatically frames the artwork. So let me change the color here temporarily. If I run this, you can see that the artwork shows up on the upper left-hand corner. So let me turn this back to white, and I'm going to go grab my text and paste it in here. I'm going to create an action layer by itself, but for now I don't need to, so I'm just going to paste the code that I need, and I'll drop it right in there. So that's the code. So you can access it down below of the YouTube channel. You can see it there in the comments. And if you need to copy it, you can take a snapshot of it and then use your OCR option on your smart device to copy and paste it. Okay, with that said, let's give this a run. So right now the white background is here, and now what we should see is a white box on a white background with a black stroke around it. And that's what we have. So it's generating the keyline. And this is the default value that I want. So this is what I'm going to make my code snippet with. So I'll go ahead and click and drag the whole thing. I'm going to open up my code snippets. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do an insert new code snippet. And I'm going to go ahead and do an autofill with what I selected. Since this was selected, autofill will use that code. I'm going to steal this line over here, and I'm going to put it in my description. And over here, I'm just going to go ahead and call it Keyline. And I'll hit OK. All right, so now we'll go to a test run. I'll delete this, even get rid of this. You want to put the keyline always on the first frame because you want it to run as soon as the animation starts, and you want it to draw. So whether you have an animation here or not, always go to the first frame, and then you can double click on this and you'll see that it added an actions layer for me. So it does that automatically. And now when I test it, it does what it's supposed to. And if I need to modify it, I can change the RGB values, the size of the stroke, and see what that looks like. And then I can do it on whatever size I'm working with. So let's go ahead and kill this empty document. I'm not going to save it. I'll do a new one. I'll go ahead and change the dimensions to 640 by 480. If I run this right now, we don't see the box is somewhere over here, but it's white on white. And if I come back over here and I double click on my keyline, it drops the layer on the first one. Command return. Now we'll see that the box is slightly larger and centered. So that works like a charm. Okay, so what I want to do then is make sure that that's available here on in my application. And if you plan on moving it over, say to your laptop, if you're on or maybe your campus computer, what you can do is you can download and save export the code snippets and bring them in later in another application, so you don't have to do this. But once it's loaded in here, until I update the Flash, or rather the Animate application, it'll be around for me to use. So okay, so next movie, I'm going to show you how to animate with text.